Hello and welcome to another episode of Tactics Tuesday. I actually just recorded something for Tactics Tuesday, but I felt like the tactics were a little bit too easy for that session. So I think 5 tactics is good, and as always, if you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Alright, let's get started. So we're white here, and both of our kings look pretty vulnerable, but it's white to move. So check, king h8, check, king back to g8, and then rook over. Seems to fit the bill here. Okay. That was pretty straightforward. So, yes, sorry, I moved the camera a little bit. Yeah, I was just wondering if I was signed in. These problems seem a little bit easy, but maybe I spoke too soon. Let's check this one out. Okay, black to move here. We obviously want to stop this pawn from advancing. But that's not enough. We also need to queen. So obviously if both pawns are off, it would just be a draw. So we have to figure out a way to blockade this pawn as well as keep our pawn on the board. So I like king f3 with the intention of playing g4, which is just a mate. I don't think it's avoidable. After king f3, notice that we're cutting off the light squares, and our dark square bishop is cutting off the dark squares surrounding the white king, so playing g4 is basically unavoidable. Or sorry, white is unable to avoid g4 next turn. Okay. Let's see what we have here. We are white. We have this rook takes. Is there something better? Rook takes. Where does the queen go? So our pawn is covering e3. Our knight is covering, sorry, a3. Our knight is covering a2, a4. We'll be covering a5 after this rook capture. What I'm getting at is the queen trapped here? It looks like there's always an escape, so probably not. Rook takes. I'm not seeing an immediate follow-up after rook takes. Let's do a material count. 2 knights, bishop, 2 rooks, 2 knights, bishop, 2 rooks. Pawns. We have 6 pawns. Our opponent has 7. So we get this pawn back, and then what? No. We just go rook a3, right? Rook a3. The queen has to move off of the a file, and then we pick up the rook. Or just give up the queen, I suppose. That works too. Alrighty. Let's try another one here. Let's see. We have a little bit of pressure on g7. So perhaps ideas like rook e7. No, not quite yet, because the queen is still guarding. Let's see. So what about queen d4? We're getting our queen a little bit more active. And then oh, wait a second. Queen d4. Let's say queen c1. Check. Rook e1. This queen gets a little bit squirrely. Is there something quicker? So Bishop e4 forks the queen and the rook here. And then we just win the exchange. Okay, that was pretty nice. Alright, let's do one more. Okay, let's do a quick material count. We are up a pawn. Sorry, we have 4 to 3 pawns, I should say. But it looks like we are down the exchange. Black is potentially having back rank issues, and I think that's the key here. So I'd like to go rook a8 check, force the bishop to capture, queen check, and notice that the rooks and the queen are all on their own files, so they're not able to reinforce each other. Therefore, it will be rook a8 check, bishop takes, queen b8 check. Then the rooks and queen will interpose, but eventually. Wait, that's not quite correct. It's not quite correct. So after rook d8, the queen is defending. So capture the bishop first. So after rook captures b7, the queen is hit. And doesn't really have a good place to go. So rook takes, the queen is hit. Maybe queen c5 check, but then I can just capture. So either check that black decides to go with the queen, I would just capture, and I'm still threatening this mate. So black isn't able to respond to the mate threat and defend his queen at the same time, or recapture. So I think this is actually the way to go. Very interesting. So I think I'm just forced to capture this, or is there something else? Capture, queen check. I have to be careful not to get mated here. So after capturing and queen check, do I not have knight g3? Capturing, queen check, knight g3, rook check. Wait, no. After this capture and queen check, I have king h1, and my opponent is just out of checks, I believe. I believe this is the way to go. Okay. Okay, so actually the capture was just the end of the puzzle, but just to show it. So the capture is the end of the puzzle there. And queen check. I was thinking knight g3, but then, the rook comes in to check, so. After this, black still has to deal with these back rank issues. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Tactics Tuesday, and I will catch you guys next time. Alright, thanks for watching.